Hi, Marcus Hersh, Daily Racing Forum, coming to you from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, where I've been for a couple days in anticipation of Saturday's massive Dubai World Cup card. Um, I'm going to talk to you now about one of the major dirt races on the card, the Dubai Golden Shaheen over 1,200 meters, which is about 6 furlongs. It's around one turn. The purse is a whopping $2.5 million, which would explain why some of the best American sprinters typically ship here for this race. And the best American sprinter, Roy H., shipped here. He was third in the race last year. He will not be participating this year. Roy H. Suffered a foot injury, probably an abscess, which comes from whatever reason. Just after getting here last week, it's been a battle trying to get him right. And finally today, Thursday, trainer Peter Miller gave up and said he was withdrawing him from consideration. They just want to get the horse right, get him home next week when he was intended to ship home. He drew post one. So that was going to be an issue. It's not going to be an issue now because he's not running. That leaves three other Americans in this race, and American horses have typically done very well because they just tend to be a lot better sprinters than the sprint colony based in Dubai, which produces the bulk of the rest of the runners. I guess Switzerland is officially an American horse. He has been here for several weeks now and has made starts during the Dubai World Cup Carnival. He also, at his very best last year, might have had a chance to finish in the top three. I don't see signs that he is at his very best, so I'm not considering him for a top placing. Interestingly, the other three Americans are all inside and drew side by side by side from the inside out. They are Imperial Hint, XY Jet, and Promises Fulfilled. I guess the place to start would be with XY Jet because this is his third trip here. He's a 7-year-old Florida-bred gelding, and in both of his previous starts in the Golden Shaheen, he just missed winning. He ran winning races. Most recently last year when he had the lead and got nailed at the wire by Mind Your Biscuits, which was yet another excruciating local loss for trainer Jorge Navarro, who also had Sharp Azteca take a really tough defeat in the Godolphin Mile. I guess that was 2 years ago. XY Jet, he won the Smile Stakes over the summer at Gulfstream, which was a down renewal of that race. Came back in a stakes race this winter at Gulfstream, got a speed duel tired, returned in an allowance race, which was a sloppy track prep for this start, and really shined going to the lead in that race. Obviously, sloppy track, speed, Gulfstream, that can make a horse look better than he really is. And I think there's reason to believe that while XY Jet looks to be in robust health here and has, by all reports, traveled well, I'm just not sure he's as fast a horse as he was 3 years ago when he came here and got beat. He is very fast early, and we know he's going to the front. That's also the case for the two horses, next to him. Imperial Hint on the inside and Promises Fulfilled. Now, of those two, Imperial Hint has shown more capability of being taken a little bit off the pace, and I doubt that they want to go out and run head in head with XY Jet and Promises Fulfilled from the start. So without a ton of other speed to the outside, it's Switzerland and local horses and other shippers from the Far East. It's possible that Jose Ortiz, riding Imperial Hint, could take just a tiny bit of a hold, let the other two go, come outside, and get a really good trip. That is what I was hoping for when I picked the horse, a tepid selection to win this race. Granted, he's going to have to do much better than he did at Tampa Bay Downs in what was intended as a prep for this race, where he took a shocking defeat at odds of 1-5. There was a minor physical problem that compromised his performance, according to trainer Luis Carvajal, who said he has bounced back nicely and is very pleased with ways coming into this race. From what I've seen of the horse, which he hasn't done much in the days that I've been here, he does look fine. He also had a little back issue going into the Breeders' Cup Sprint, where he finished third over a Churchill Down surface he just probably does not care for at all. That's two excuses on a horse who's going to be second or third choice, and at his very best is clearly fast enough to win this race. So all things considered, that's how I sided with him on top. XY Jet, I think, can hold on for a second. Promises Fulfilled was fourth in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. He's just making his first start at his 4-year-old year. Very quick horse, has a lot of speed, break sharp. Excuse me, it's going to be in the mix of things from the beginning. I feel like he might wind up preferring slightly longer distances and hit a peak later in the year. I picked him third, but not with a lot of confidence that he's going to deliver a very, very tough effort on the day. Now, among the local horses, Drafted has been the top sprinter this winter. He's run 4 times, however, 2 wins, won the local prep for this. I think 4 times is a lot of races over that span for a sprinter, especially, and I can't really see him improving at all. It's not like he's had a huge edge over the other competition as well. What he does have is a style advantage in that he sits back and makes one run. And if they go way too fast in the early and middle stages, that could benefit him. However, I'm not convinced that he's going to be up to the task. And if you think the race is going to fall apart, I wouldn't lean too much on Drafted. I would just kind of spread as wide as possible and hope for a chaotic result. I wanted to get behind Tadoki a lot, who's only run 2 times since being imported from Argentina, but I just didn't see enough from his 2 local races to justify taking him even at a longer price. I mean, American horses have typically done really well in this race. The Golden Shaheen, there are, even with Roy Age scratch, there are 3 very good ones here this year. I think one of them will win, and I think more than the others. I prefer Imperial Hint. Best of luck in the race.